Real quickly, while we are at halftime of Kings Pelicans, I just want to say, open, shut, case closed. The in-season tournament is a success. We can add tweaks to it. We can add maybe one more type of incentive or whatever, but it's a emphatic success. People who still aren't on board or think that it's just a regular season masquerading as something because there's not as much incentive, or you don't think the incentives are enough, you should get on board. The in-season tournament has been great, and the first quarterfinal game between the Pacers and Celtics was a fucking playoff atmosphere, which had to be the aim for the NBA. We were hearing a loud-ass, raucous crowd cheering on their young and upcoming team like the Indiana Pacers, and that shit was a playoff atmosphere. Tyrese Haliburton, we'll get to him in a minute, but he showed out on national TV. It's crazy that it's only the second national TV game he's had in his career, but probably the first one since he's been in Indiana, where he's completely in control of his team and is the superstar. But Celtics Pacers was awesome. The Celtics in the first half looked like they took control after the Pacers got out to an early lead in the first quarter, and the Celtics bench for Sam Hauser was ridiculous. Every time Sam Hauser shoots, I think it's going in. He's going to be one of those annoying shooters because I know the Sixers and probably Bucks fans will feel this way too. They're going to face Boston at some point in the playoffs, and Sam Hauser's just going to have a playoff game where he hits fucking 6 threes. But the Pacers were going at their signature fast pace. Then the Celtics sort of clamped down a little bit. I mean, having Tyrese Haliburton go through the ringer of Drew Holiday and Derek White and sometimes Jason Tatum. And then in that second quarter, this is how you know the in-season tournament is a success, is that teams are throwing out playoff strategies a little bit. And the Celtics just decided, all right, we're going to find Tyrese Haliburton's man. We're going to have him come set the screen for Jason Tatum so they can get the switch and just go at Haliburton one-on-one. And Tatum got an and one out of it one time. Tatum got a pull-up 3 out of it when they miscommunicated on a switch. And Drew Holiday also got a few buckets on Haliburton. TJ McConnell came in early in the second quarter, and it was a little uneven, and the Celtics made their run. But in the second half, the Pacers buckled down on defense. Aaron Nesmith was huge, giving, the Pacers some size to match with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Bruce Brown, of course, provided his usual energy, though he did not shoot the ball particularly well. But even when the Pacers were making their run, the Celtics were crashing the glass a little bit. Al Horford was just too big for some of those small Pacers lineups. And, that's how the Celtics stayed in the game. And Tyrese Haliburton, he woke up in the second half. He showed the national audience that he is a fucking superstar in the making. In the second half alone, Haliburton had 19 points, 11 assists, and 0 turnovers for the whole game. He finished with a 26, 10 rebound, and 13 assist triple-double with 0 turnovers. And I saw the stat floating around tonight, but before this game, there have only been 7 times in NBA history where a player has dropped a 26 or above point triple-double with 0 turnovers, and Tyrese Haliburton is now the 8th person. Nikola Jokic has done it twice this season in the span of 6 days. Jokic is just fucking ridiculous. But, I mean, Tyrese Haliburton is a special offensive player, somebody who's averaging 27 and 12 on damn near 67 true shooting. That guy is an offensive monster, man. And the Pacers really showed out tonight on the defensive end. They got key stops when they needed it. And in the fourth quarter, the superstar for the Pacers showed up with just some ridiculous threes. Jaylen Brown hit a 3 to tie it at 94. And then Aaron Nesmith came up with a few big buckets to, keep the Pacers afloat and keep them ahead by 2. But Haliburton hit a deep 3-pointer, I believe it was in Drew Holiday's face, to put the Pacers up by 2, 101 to 99. And then Brown tied it again. Buddy Hield had a layup to put the Pacers up 2. It was back and forth. And then Haliburton with the game tied at 105 hit a ridiculous deep 3-pointer, 4-point play, foul on Jaylen Brown. And Tyrese Haliburton's shot is crazy. I mean, we knew it was a crazy shot, but it worked for him, obviously. But it seems like he has figured out ways to get that set shot off because He is the number one option on that team, and he knows that he has to get his shot going. And with more defensive attention on him now, he's got to find more clever ways to get off his set shot. I mean, sometimes his feet will be leaning one way, or both feet will be going in different directions, seemingly like on that 4-point play. And Haliburton, all he needs is to be square to the basket and to get off that funky release, and it's a three. And he was spectacular in this game. Miles Turner, though he did not shoot well, was aggressive. He was attacking. He played his ass off on defense. That entire Pacers team played their ass off on defense. Even Buddy Hield. And the Celtics in the second half really dominated the offensive glass. They had 56 rebounds total, but they had 17 turnovers. Derek White had some pretty uncharacteristically bad turnovers. Drew Holiday, I'm sure Celtics fans are going through it a little bit right now this season with him and his shot selection and his decision making, but that is kind of what comes with Drew Holiday. You get the great defense and playmaking, but you just get some boneheaded offensive decisions, head-scratching turnovers, and that's kind of what happened with Drew with the shot selection in this game. But the Pacers, they really stepped it up in the second half. Benedict Mathurin looked lost in the first half, but played better in the second half, had a few big threes in the fourth quarter. And then the Pacers settled in on Bruce Brown, Tyrese Haliburton, Buddy Hield, Aaron Nesmith, and Miles Turner as the closing group, and they closed the fucking door on the Celtics in the last minute, man. But the first in-season tournament quarterfinal was awesome. It was a playoff-like atmosphere. It was cool that we got to see a small market like Indiana be put into the spotlight, and yeah, thumbs up on the in-season tournament, man.